A chairman worth tens of billions hid his identity to accompany his second marriage wife on a shopping trip. As the two walked past a bridal shop, the woman stared blankly at the trendy, stylish wedding dresses. Because her family was poor when she was young, she had never worn a wedding dress her entire life. So she deeply envied how modern young people could have fancy weddings. The man noticed what his wife was thinking, so he grabbed her hand and walked straight into the bridal shop. Unexpectedly, the shop assistant immediately blocked them. With a sarcastic tone, she said the farmer's market was next door, this was a bridal shop, and that people like them couldn't afford to be here. The man said they were just here to look at dresses for his wife. The assistant mocked them for being too old and still trying to follow young people's trends. The woman, feeling embarrassed, tried to pull her husband away, but as a chairman, the man had never been humiliated like this before. He immediately started arguing with the assistant. At that moment, the shop manager walked over. Seeing how the two were dressed, she assumed they were poor people with no background. She planned to scare them off by quoting a sky-high price, but the man said he could afford it. The wife tried to calm her husband down. After all, wedding dresses were expensive, and ordinary people like them couldn't afford one. But the man said the shop had signs saying free try-ons were allowed. Trying one on didn't cost anything. The woman was persuaded by her husband's words. After all, she had never worn a beautiful wedding dress in her life. She really wanted to experience it once. Just as her hand was about to touch a dress, the assistant stepped in again and stopped her. She said if the woman touched it, she'd have to pay for it. As soon as the woman heard she might have to pay, she wanted to leave immediately. But the man stopped her and said it's not like a wedding dress was some priceless treasure. The manager said the dresses in her shop cost $50,000 each. The woman was shocked to hear the price, but the man said he could afford it. At that moment, the woman's rival and her husband walked in. The rival relied on the fact that her husband was an executive at the wealthiest corporation. She mocked the woman sarcastically and said the manager shouldn't let such poor people into the shop. Otherwise, it would lower the store's class. Just then, the store director came in from outside. When she saw the man, she remembered she had seen him before. She realized he was actually the richest man himself. Just as the assistant and manager were about to kick the man and his wife out, the store director immediately rushed over to stop them. She not only scolded the assistant and the manager, but also apologized right away to the man and his wife. She said she would personally serve the two of them from now on. Unexpectedly, the woman's rival kept provoking them. She believed the store director had mistaken the service recipient. Her husband also claimed the man was just a chauffeur and had no spending power at all. But the store director thought the two of them were unbelievably foolish. They didn't even recognize their direct superior. She turned to serve the woman and told her she could try on any dress she liked. The woman randomly pointed at one. Her rival immediately chimed in, saying she also wanted to try on that one. The store director asked for the woman's opinion. The woman said she could let her have it. Then the director directly recommended the newest design in the store to the woman. The woman looked at the luxurious gown. She was afraid she might accidentally ruin it. The director told her not to worry, and as compensation, they would also be gifted a free wedding photo shoot. The woman was overjoyed when she heard that, but her rival wouldn't give up and threatened the store director. She said she'd never come back again. To everyone's surprise, the director kicked her out right then and there. The reason the director did that was because the man's status was even higher than they had imagined. The man's true identity was the chairman of the world's largest corporation. A few days earlier, he had his assistant get him a ride-hailing driver's job and warned him not to leak his real identity. So the man went to the matchmaking market posing as a driver. Even though he met many women there, they all looked down on him for earning too little. The woman was also there for matchmaking. The reason she was doing it was to quickly get away from her freeloading son and daughter-in-law. She had been making money to support them both. Not only were they ungrateful, they even thought the woman was a burden at home. They wanted to take over her house and even kick her out. So she wanted to get married as soon as possible and move out. She just happened to meet the man no other woman wanted. The two hit it off instantly and got their marriage license right away. The next day, the woman moved out of her house. The man came to pick her up for work. As soon as they arrived outside the hotel manager saw the chairman open the car door for the woman, and the chairman looked very happy. When the woman walked in, the manager immediately bowed and greeted her. This startled the woman, and she asked why he was being so polite today. The manager asked what her relationship was with the person who brought her. The woman said, "That's my husband." Only then did the manager realize that the subordinate in front of him was actually the boss's wife. And just as the woman said that, the chairman's daughter happened to overhear it. She asked the woman again to confirm their relationship. After getting a definite answer, she praised loved the woman for finding a great husband. The woman smiled happily, but she still didn't know that this adorable girl in front of her was actually her husband's daughter. The girl was also hiding her true identity. She was working incognito at her own family's hotel. Later, the man had his assistant buy back his old house. It was all to avoid exposing his identity as the chairman. He didn't want the woman to feel pressure, but today, when he saw the woman in a wedding dress, she looked like the most beautiful version of herself in his heart. That's when the man realized he had fallen in love with her, so he secretly decided that when they officially got married, he would tell her his true identity. With no more outside interference, the two happily took their wedding photos. Back at home, the woman happily said that not only did they not spend a dime today, but she got to wear a wedding dress and take wedding photos. It was a total win. The man said he even had a gift prepared for her. He wanted to make her even happier. When he took out the jade bracelet and gave it to the woman was afraid it was too expensive and didn't dare accept it. But the man said he bought it during a sale. He told her to wear it with peace of mind. He also promised her that he would give her a grand wedding ceremony in the future. The woman was deeply moved when she heard that. She originally wanted to invite him to attend her class reunion together, but the man said he had something to do that day and declined. Little did they know that this very gathering almost ruined the woman.